What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. It is time for game picks. It is time for Pick-6. We will briefly recap Pick-6 and how that went before we jump into Kings and Clowns. Colin wins the week, 5-1, great week, nearly undefeated, just the Bears selling at the end. Sage went 4-2, so solid for him. And then Addison and I both went 3-3, and since he is out today, I just said I'm just going to spin the wheel and deal with it. So stay tuned to our TikTok for my first punishment from the punishment wheel. You will get Addison's and Sage's retroactively because they called in sick to work today. They don't get paid for it, so there you go, fellas. Colin, 5-1, very impressive week. Honestly, good group effort this week. Everybody went 500 or better. We had 3-3, 3-3, 4-2, and 5-1. That's a solid week from us when you consider we're doing spreads and we're making them worse too. Like our odds are worse than 50-50 because we can't do a whole number. So you have to make it worse for yourself. So I started us last week. Colin, I'm going to let you, as the reigning week 1 winner, kick us off with your Pick-6.
That's
if
a lot
you want to.
I'll say that's some pressure right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking at the spreads for this week, we talked about it before we started recording. A lot of ugly games this week, so I do not feel confident in a lot of the picks. But who knows? Sometimes that's when you do your best work when you don't feel confident in it. First one here, I'm going to take Pittsburgh at home -2.5 on the spread against the Seahawks. Liked what I saw kind of in the first half from the Seahawks. The second half Seahawks, not great.
No.
In week 1, Steelers defense probably shores it up just a little bit.
You would think.
Not going to give up 30-plus points again, especially in their home opener.
No.
Maybe Rodgers regresses as well, not 4 passing touchdowns. But I like the Steelers to cover less than a field goal at home.
At home. So we got Pittsburgh -2.5 is pick number 1. What you got next?
Pick number 1. So pick number 2 here. Hate to do it to you, but I am going to take the Patriots plus the 1.5.
That's a good pick.
On the road. And it's not really much of an overreaction to what Miami looked like when we were there on Sunday because the Patriots lost at home as well.
True.
But basically what we saw for Miami's defense was very not as concerning as what we saw from their offense, although giving up 30 points to Daniel Jones, that's probably a little concerning. Didn't see a whole lot of adjustments made on the defensive side.
Nope.
So give me the Patriots here plus 1.5 on the road. Sorry, Kev. He's going to be there to watch
He will be there to watch it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
Miami wins by 1 for Kev.
For Kev, that's right. For Kevin. Come on, for Kevin. One time.
Third pick up here is going to be the homer pick of the first half here of the season because usually I don't like betting on my team, but I am going to take the Cowboys -5.5 here at home against the Giants. A little bit of what I saw from both teams in week 1. Giants, not a whole lot on Sunday. Loved what I saw from Dallas's offense in the first half week 1. Didn't score in the second half, probably a little concerning. But their defense really shored it up in the second half.
It did, man.
And if you have to make the Giants and Russell Wilson beat you through the air, that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And if you look at what the Dallas did against A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, held them in check, so hopefully they can hold Malik Neighbors in check.
We got Malik Neighbors screaming at Brian Dable on the sideline already. He was letting him hear it. It's like, oh boy, it's week 1. It's week 1, brother.
It's going to be a long
season ahead.
Fourth one here, I am going to take the Eagles on the road in Kansas City plus 1.5. Jalen Carter playing or not. With Xavier Worthy going down injured, that's just another target that the Eagles aren't going to have to worry about. They can put all their no Rashee Rice either.
Yeah, you have to worry about Hollywood Brown now. And Travis Kelce.
And then hopefully Zach Bond, all-pro, can hold Travis Kelce in check. And all Philly does is win, and it pisses me off. So give me them plus 1.5. On the road, Kansas City Chiefs 0-2.
0-2. At least they get the next week they play the Giants.
There you go.
So they'll get back to their winning ways.
Or I guess they could win by 1.
Yeah, or win by 1.
That's best case.
That's best case, yeah.
Fifth one up here, I am going to take the Falcons on the road in Minnesota plus 4.5.
Minnesota.
Tough to do that after watching that second half last night. Their offense didn't look great in the first half, Minnesota's, but in that second half, mid-third quarter on, Kevin O'Connell's done it again.
Yep.
And then you still have Brian Flores dialing it up on the other end.
Yeah.
So give me... And so that's tough to take Atlanta in this spot. But they took Tampa to the wire at home. Missed field goal, basically late fourth quarter, would have sent it to overtime. Plus 4.5, fair amount of points. But give me Atlanta on the road, plus 4.5.
Yeah, and I would say Tampa, there's no moral victories in the NFL, but that's about as close as you can get to a moral victory. Losing to the definitive best team in your division when you have a chance to tie the game and send it to overtime and your kicker misses. He did fall to his knees immediately. I don't know if you saw that. I thought that was awesome. It missed, and he just falls to his knees. It's like, yes.
That would be my reaction.
I know. It fits perfectly what we would do if we missed the kick like that.
That's what I would do if I was a Falcons if
I was a Falcons fan.
If I was a Falcons fan at home, I'd be like, no.
On my knees immediately. Devastated.
The Levis.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Last one here to wrap it up. Sixth pick of the week. I am going to take the Chargers on the road minus 3.5. just because we have to take the hook. I love the -3 on FanDuel currently. I'll probably lock that in before the week starts.
Yep, it's going to go
But
up.
3.5 for the show here. Give me the Chargers. Maybe an overreaction for what they did in Brazil on Friday in week 1. Justin Herbert just got any and everything he wanted.
He did.
And they just look like a unit.
Yeah, they just said, we're not going to run the ball. We're just going to pass it all over you. And it's like, that is not the game plan I expected from them.
And the Raiders did go on the road and win in New England in week 1, so which is impressive in and of itself. But I just like the Chargers more. Just overall team, what I saw, I just think they can cover 3.5 on the road.
Yeah.
And maybe not much of a home field advantage for Vegas either.
No.
But the Chargers have no fan base, so they're not going to have anybody traveling.
No one's
to
coming
game.
to that game.
Besides the one viral lady that
Yeah,
kept
the
showing.
one that was on Mr. Beast thing at halftime. Did you see that? It was either her or the Chiefs fan were going to get shot out of a cannon if they lost. And she was the one from the Chargers fandom.
Oh, my.
It's like, she's back.
Shot out of a cannon.
The Chiefs fan got shot out of a cannon. Yeah. It's getting crazy out there.
Alternate, though, just in case any major injuries across the 6 here. Give me Tampa Bay plus 2.5 in Houston. We talk about it on in how much we love Tampa this year. And Houston didn't really show us anything.
9
in week
points,
1.
9 points.
And I know the Rams have a decent defense, solid defense, but 9 points.
Yeah.
So give me Tampa plus 2.5. Emeka Ibuka looked like the real deal.
He's awesome, man. He is going to be awesome.
So that's my pick 6. Don't feel super confident about it, but we'll see how it goes.
And on that note, like the Texans' defense is really, really good.
It is.
Top tier talent all around the place. And yet, how on earth are you going to let Puka Nacua go 10 for a 130 on you? How are you not going to cover him up? And Stafford got sacked 3 times, but so did Stroud also got sacked 3 times. And the Rams' defensive line, you got Jared Verse, but other than that, who's really getting home? And I don't even know, was he one of the sacks? No, he was not. Tyler Davis, Jalen McCullough, and Byron Young had the sacks. So you just don't. That was my biggest concern for Houston is how are you going to move the ball when you cannot run it, when you do not have the offensive lineman to run the football. So I was not surprised by that outcome at all, quite frankly. I picked the Rams in our Pick'em show, and I was pretty happy with that one. So I like it. So Collins 6 plus his alt. Pittsburgh minus 2.5. Patriots plus 1.5. Cowboys minus 5.5. Philly plus 1.5. Atlanta plus 4.5. Chargers minus 3.5. And then Bucks plus 2.5 if we have an injury. And again, for those of you watching and following along at home, for example, this week, if I want to take the 49ers, Brock Purdy's currently questionable. If I take the 49ers minus 4.5 and Saturday comes along and he's out, I can play my alternate and say this is actually my alternate, and then the Niners would become my new alternate. That way we don't get screwed by recording this early on in the week like we have to because of scheduling conflicts. So I like it. My pick 6. I'm going to start us off, and I'm just going to mention the ones that we have in common, which is a handful.
Oh, boy.
I know. That's good for me, I hope. Bad for you. I don't know. We'll see. Let's meet in the middle and both go 4-2.
There we go.
Dallas minus 5.5. Yeah, their offense looked really, really good against Philadelphia. The Giants' defense has one thing, and it's a pass rush. The Cowboys' offensive line looked good. Tyler Guyton looked good. That offensive front looked very, very solid. Yeah, I love that shot he took, man. Duked the dude across the face. It's like, let's play some ball. I like Dallas just to absolutely beat the piss out of the Giants personally. So I like that one. And it's in Dallas too. Thank you very much. Another one we have in common, Los Angeles Chargers minus 3.5. I'm not going to overreact to the Raiders winning against the Patriots. I'm someone that was low on the Patriots going into the season. Everybody was, Patriots are making the playoffs. Patriots are competing for that division. Kayshon Boutte was the leading receiver for that team. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Of course the Raiders won. They have a better team than the Patriots. I'll say it. So I'm not convinced. I am convinced by the Chargers' performance. The Chiefs' defense is good. Who are they missing? Nobody. Nobody on the Chiefs' defense was out, and they put up 27 points. Justin Herbert looked elite. He had, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was flawless. Quentin Johnson remembered how to catch a football. That's a huge, huge development for them. If you have 2 guys that can catch passes now, that is absolutely huge for them. So
And Keenan Allen looked good.
Keenan Allen looked like he didn't miss a single step with it.
He never went to Chicago.
No, never there. It never happened. They paid him $20 million to do nothing, and now he's back for nothing. And then the third one we have in common is Pittsburgh minus 2.5. I really like Pittsburgh in this matchup here against Seattle. Seattle didn't really impress me a whole lot against the 49ers team that was playing down George Kittle, down Brandon Ayuk. It was all Ricky Pearsall. If Ricky Pearsall is going to cook Devon Witherspoon and Reek Woolen, how are you going to stop what Pittsburgh just did to the Jets, who have Sauce Gardner out there too? I don't know, man. The Jets defense is really good. They're supposed to be really good. Aaron Glenn is a very good defensive coach. And they got lit up by the Steelers, whose defense will round into form. You are not going to see them give up 32 points again, I don't think. I will be shocked if someone scores more against the Steelers than the Jets did in week 1. Also, Justin Fields, kind of a sneaky week 1 god. Beat the 49ers that one year for the Bears. I don't know what he did his second year, But then last year for the Steelers, he won week 1 also. Like, he's sneaky good in week 1. So I'll give him credit there. Now some differences. I am going to take, this one's gross, I'm going to take the Titans plus 5.5 points here. Titans going up against the Rams. It is 5.5 points at home. I'm impressed with what I saw from the Titans, truly. I thought that they did a really good job of clamping down on what the Broncos wanted to do. The Rams offense looked good, but at the end of the day, it equated in 14 points. If the Rams can win again, 14-9, that covers, baby. So I like what I saw. I hope that Cam Ward can take a step. Again, I think Cam Ward was let down by the team, truthfully. Calvin Ridley had several drops in that football game. So I like the Titans to cover at home. First home game for them this season. The fans are going to be loud because they're going to be happy with what they saw. An 8-point loss on the road against Denver when you were in that football game. Again, there's no moral victories, but that's about as close as you can get, man. So I like the Titans in that spot for sure. Next up, I'm going to overreact a little bit here to week 1. I'm going to take the Colts plus 2.5 at home against the Denver Broncos. One of these teams looked really good. The other team didn't. Daniel Jones looked awesome. Now, I will say the defense for Denver is elite, and that can cause some problems for Daniel Jones. We'll see what he does. We'll see if they decide to cover Tyler Warren, unlike Miami, who just figured, no, he won't catch it. Spoiler alert, he caught it every single time. Absolutely cooked us. I'm going to take the Colts to be the better horses this weekend and to beat the Broncos outright, but I will take the plus 2.5 points and say thank you very much. And then finally, we've got a face-off. I'm going Minnesota minus 4.5, going up against Collins Atlanta's plus 4.5. I really liked what I saw. Once J.J. McCarthy, it's almost like the first half of that game, they were like giving him the baby plays, giving him the easy plays. We're not going to stretch you out. You're not ready. And then the second half, they're like, hey, kid, we're going to stretch you out a little bit because we're going to lose if we don't. And all of a sudden, he started making plays. And you started to see the vision there with Kevin O'Connell. And the defense started getting pressure on Caleb Williams. First half, I'm not rooting for anybody in that game. But I am begging Brian Flores to send a blitz just one time. Because he's rushing 4 and no one's getting home. And Williams is just back there all day long to throw the ball. That was how they were going to lose the game. Brian Flores finally switched it up in the second half, started getting some pressure home once he started blitzing. So I think they're going to start rounding out a little bit here. And I do think Atlanta, home division dog last week, they stepped up and played well. But now they've got to go to Minnesota, who is probably feeling pretty good about themselves after that game, feeling pretty solid. So I'm going to take Minnesota as my 6th and final pick. And then my alternate one is gross. And I understand that. It is currently 6.5 points. I'm going to take the Jets plus 6.5 points at home against the Buffalo Bills. I know what we just saw the Bills do. I know we all just saw them hang 42? 41 on the Baltimore Ravens. Excellent defense. And the Jets just gave up 34 points to Aaron Rodgers. The Jets have the Bills' number. It's the AFC East circle of life. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys how this works, but this is how it works. The Bills struggle against the Jets. The Jets struggle against the Patriots. The Patriots struggle against the Dolphins. The Dolphins get absolutely bent over by the Buffalo Bills. That's the circle of life. This game's going to be close. Whether or not you want it to be or not, it's going to be a close football game. You're going to give me a home division dog at 7 points? I guess I have to take him 6.5. So plus 6.5 points, I love that number. I think the Jets keep this one close. I think it's a game where it's like, where are the Bills from last week? And I don't know what happened to the Ravens defense, but they just absolutely fell apart. I don't think the Jets defense will. I think the Jets defense plays more like we expect, and they keep this game close. So my pick 6 for the week, Tennessee Titans, 5.5, plus 5.5. Dallas, minus 5.5. Chargers, minus 3.5. Pittsburgh, minus 2.5. Indy, plus 2.5. Minnesota, minus 4.5. And the Jets is my alternate pick, plus 6.5. That is disgusting, but it's a 6-0 week, people, and I'm bouncing back after I do my punishment later today, which really stinks. That's pick 6 for the week. Obviously, there's only 2 of us today, so you guys will have the graphics for Addison and Sage's pick 6 as we continue just to keep on rolling. Week 1 is always weird. Hard to put a lot of stock in what you see in week 1. Last year, the Saints were a juggernaut in week 1, and then they proceeded to be awful the rest of the season. So, again, don't put a whole lot of stock into what you saw, but it is fun to overreact and to start figuring out what these teams are going to be going forward. So, that's pick 6 for the week. Again, you will have Addison and Sage's teams in here as well. And if you want to watch me get ice cold, because my punishment this week is a 5-minute ice bath, that will be done today, uploaded to the TikTok for your enjoyment. So, see you guys in the next one.